is Conor going to come back? Is John going to fight Pereira? Which Dana is kind of, is not uncertain about. But I believe with performance like this man has delivered each and every time, I believe Justin and Ilya potentially becomes the headliner for that card.
You're 100% right. And you're 100% right, and it should be. It should be. It should be. If you want to talk about, being fair competitively, especially in the performance that he puts, like, why wouldn't you? Right. In the perfect picture, you would want Justin to fight Ilya.
At the White House as an American. Will that happen now? Fuck.
Poirier tweeted, he said, "Welcome to the big leagues, Paddy Pimblett. One up for the legends." Right. What do you think about just like you carry? How much pride do you?
We're up 3. He beat BSD. I beat Fazeev, and I just beat Paddy. We're up 3 right now. Poirier took out Max, so we might be 3-1. But I'm gonna try to avenge that one.
Laughing now because they have dirty boxing, really. They just fighting hard, but there is no good technique. But Ilya will be left now because Ilya has such a high level boxing.
Justin Gaethje's interim title win didn't just shake up the lightweight picture. It practically highlighted his next challenge in bold letters. Ilya Topuria stepped forward almost immediately, and now both fighters are publicly calling for the same collision. When two of the most dangerous men in the sport set their sights on each other at the same time, it stops feeling speculative and starts.
I believe with performance like this man has delivered each and every time, I believe Justin and Ilya potentially becomes the headliner for that card.
You're 100% right. And you're 100% right, and it should be. It should be. It should be. If you want to talk about, being fair.
It's feeling unavoidable. Despite admitting that he came out of his last fight banged up and in need of recovery, Gaethje has already turned his attention towards something bigger. He made it clear that fighting on that particular card means more to him than any other opportunity available right now. With talk of a White House event in June, Justin referenced having already represented his country inside the octagon and believes moments of this scale rarely.
A little bit, but do you have an update on physically, how you feel? Are you going to need some time off? Is there possibly anything broken after?
I definitely need some time off. He fucking rocked my brain a couple times, and the only thing we have over the more dangerous sports, which is boxing and football, is we get to take time, and so I will do that. But the White House is in June. And, I represent this country. I represented it tonight. And I hope to be, obviously, look at the position and the opportunity they just gave me here. There's no way they're keeping me off that card unless I'm dead.
Come around. According to him, only a serious setback would prevent him from taking full advantage of it. Gaethje didn't lean into hype, but he didn't downplay the matchup either. He sees a fight with Topuria as one of the largest bouts the UFC can realistically put together, especially in that setting, considering Ilya's rapid ascent, his decisive finishes, and the way their styles are destined to collide. If an undisputed title is attached, Justin made it clear he's prepared to.
And how popular Ilya's become and just the method of victory he's had and your style of fighting, and add those two to the White House, how big do you think that fight could be between you two?
If I had any bit of a personality, it'd be fucking huge. But I just can't. I can't lie. I can't exaggerate. It's what I do. It's who I am. It's who my parents taught me to be. But there's no doubt it would be the best. One of the best fights that they could definitely put on. It'll be for an undisputed belt, and I think they want to have 6 or 7. Whatever. They want to have as many as possible. So if he's not back by then, they will strip him, and I will be undisputed, and then I'll fight for the belt.
Take charge of the situation. On Topuria's end, the verbal shots came first. He initially aimed at Paddy Pimblett, criticizing him for failing to beat an aging opponent and claiming he wasted the biggest payday of his career. Ilya then shifted his focus to Gaethje, briefly acknowledging the interim title before delivering a sharp warning. According to Topuria, whatever happens next puts Justin directly in danger. Facing him, he said, will be anything but simple. Gaethje answered without drama. He stressed that winning comes down to preparation, trusting his coaches, and believing in his own skill set. He feels he's earned his place for a reason, while also understanding that no fighter can fully control the final outcome.
You are the first two-time interim champion in UFC history. You don't usually get too many second chances, but here you go to a unifier with an undefeated top 3 pound-for-pound fighter. I know he is not Khabib, but what are you taking into this fight with Ilya in terms of lessons and why you're going to make it work this time?
Just gotta trust the preparation, trust in my coaches and trust in my skills. I'm here for a reason. I hope it's my destiny, but I don't get to write that, so.
In the end, time will reveal the truth. When asked if he had a message for champion Ilia Topuria, Gaethje kept it blunt. He brushed aside the noise, the trash talk, and the spotlight, saying he isn't interested in sending messages. Instead, he places full trust in his coaching team, allowing them to study Topuria, build the right strategy, and reinforce it every day in training. For Gaethje, everything comes down to preparation, accuracy, and execution. Once he steps into the cage, the work done behind the scenes will speak louder than any words.
No, I don't give a fuck.
The message will be in the octagon.
I won't give him the time of day. I'll, rely on my coach to watch him a lot. I've seen him fight, obviously. Go back and watch these guys. I really rely on my coach. I watched Paddy today. And yeah, this is so fast. I have no idea what the fuck's going on right now.
Well,
there was never a question of motivation, even after.
Motivation has never been an issue. After years of brutal fights and setbacks, Justin remains driven by the ultimate goal, a UFC championship. To him, this moment is more than another win. It represents the culmination of his journey in the organization and an opportunity to define his legacy on his own terms.
It was either going to be you, Paddy, or Armin fighting Ilya. Then obviously the news, Ilya wasn't going to fight early this year. At any point, was it frustrating or just difficult to get that motivation? Because it kind of felt like you were right there, and now you have to win one more after already going through all the battles. Was that ever difficult to have to get up for one more challenge before that opportunity?
No. I mean, I wanted it to be for a championship. This makes me a champion on paper with the UFC, so I'm very proud of what I accomplished tonight. I'm proud of the opportunity that it's gained me to fight a guy like Ilya. And this is everything I've ever wanted. This chance to write my last chapter.
Congrats.
It's gonna be.
Naturally, opinions have flooded in. Dana White believes the matchup is shaping into a pure striking showdown. Both Gaethje and Topuria possess fight-ending power, and if Justin enters healthy, White expects non-stop action from the opening bell to the final exchange. With 2 elite finishers capable of ending the fight in a single moment, the UFC president anticipates fireworks and a bout worthy of headlining any card. Demetrius Johnson echoed that view, calling Gaethje versus Topuria the ideal matchup. He doubts Justin has any intention of defending an interim belt, believing his focus.
And now that it seems that it's going to be Gaethje versus Topuria, it's probably going to be a crazy fight also, most likely striking. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be interesting. I think that Ilya hits like a truck, and so does Gaethje. And I think if Gaethje prepares properly and
is firmly locked on the undisputed title. Johnson described Topuria as a disciplined and calculated fighter with real knockout ability, pointing to victories over Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway as evidence. He expects Ilya to stay composed, keep a tight guard, and read the fight carefully as it unfolds, setting up a compelling tactical battle. Regarding Arman Tsarukyan, Johnson believes he's largely subject to the UFC's matchmaking direction. In a perfect scenario, Johnson would like to see Tsarukyan face Gaethje next. However, with Justin likely waiting for an undisputed
Topuria, or he's going to fight Arman Tsarukyan. And I think the right thing is for him to fight Ilya Topuria. But if Ilya Topuria is not ready, I'm not sure if Justin Gaethje, I think he really wants that undisputed. And hopefully we get Ilya Topuria. Now, when I look forward to Ilya Topuria versus Justin Gaethje, I think Ilya Topuria is just way too disciplined on the feet. I think he has the knockout power. You look what he's done against Charles Oliveira. You look what he's done against Max Holloway. Ilya Topuria is very strategic, disciplined, where he's going to have his hands up. He's going to pot. He's going to get a look at what's going on. I just feel like he's a way cleaner boxer, and he puts his combinations together 1, 2, 3, nothing overzealous. But a fight's a fight.
Title opportunity against Topuria, that matchup may be delayed. In the meantime, Tsarukyan will continue building his profile, managing media responsibilities, and sharpening his skill set. Johnson hopes Arman eventually earns his chance against Gaethje, with the winner moving on to face Topuria. Former champions Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo agree, based on the level Gaethje consistently performs at, a showdown between him and Topuria absolutely deserves to headline a UFC event. From a competitive standpoint, they see it as the perfect storm. Elite talent, real danger, and the kind of excitement that belongs on the sport's biggest stage.